Hey guys! So today I wanted to do something kind of fun that I had seen on YouTube a little while back, not too long ago, but the first person that I saw do it was Nikkie Tutorials, and she did the power of makeup. I felt like it was such a cool idea with such good reasoning behind it. I feel like everybody should be really confident in who they are first, but then they should also really embrace that makeup is fun. It's an art. You can express yourself. You better show what you know, it just kind of shows who you are as a person, as well as without makeup, it does the same thing, you know? I'm totally comfortable with my own skin. I do usually, if I'm running errands, I'll maybe go out with no makeup. I mean, the only thing that I'm like most insecure about is probably my eyebrows, just because I don't have very much. They're just really patchy. So I'll maybe throw on eyebrows and that would be it. But you shouldn't be ashamed of whether you do or do not wear makeup. I don't feel like it's a matter of feeling better or thinking that I'm not pretty without makeup or whatever. I just enjoy it. It is my art. It's my way of being creative with myself on a day-to-day, or I can change it. I get bored. I get bored with my hair color. I get bored with my makeup, you know? I want to express myself and play around with fun different colors or ways of doing it, or, you know, using my face as a canvas. And I think it's an awesome thing. So I'm really glad that she did a video like this because it's genius. And I can't wait to see a side-by-side of my face. So I'm starting off with absolutely nothing on my face whatsoever. I have moisturizer, but I mean makeup-wise, nothing. So let's just get started. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and start off with my foundation, and I'm going to use this is actually the original HD foundation from Makeup Forever. I don't yet have the Ultra HD, just because I have this one still. So I think let's start with this side maybe. Yeah, I mean, I haven't run out of this one yet, so I can't bring myself to spend the money right now. I figured this would be easier as a talk through just because, I don't know, it's a weird video anyway. It's not like I'm doing a full face, but I am gonna try to, you know, do the most with this side of my face at least, so, because why not? Okay, so let's just get eyebrows out of the way. I feel like this could be an interesting video only because I haven't done a talk through video in a very long time, so it might get a little awkward. I usually cut out my eyebrow section of a video too, because I did my eyebrow tutorial a while back, like a long time ago actually. So I'm considering doing an updated brow routine. So let me know if you're interested in that. Oh, and I'm using Anastasia Dip Brow in Soft Brown right now, by the way. I don't think I said that. And now for the outer area, I go in with medium brown, also from Anastasia. If at any point in the video you hear a little that's my dogs on the floors. Alright, carve that brow out, shall we? So I like to use my Pro Conceal and Correct palette, and I just usually use one of the top two shades, which is NC15 and W10. Sometimes I'll even mix the two. And then I'll just outline the lower portion. Now, as you can see, I feel like that makes probably the biggest difference on my face. I'm gonna go ahead and use a piece of tape. I'm gonna back it on the back of my hand, or unstick it a little bit, and then put it align with the lower lash line and the end of that brow. So that way I can really extend my eye. Make sure it's nice and snug with the skin so that no eyeshadows get underneath. Now to prime my eyes, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. And it's not necessarily my favorite eye primer. Oh, I just use it because I have a couple of them from buying the Lorac palettes, which I think it's awesome that they even put a primer with their palettes, like it's included. So that's really cool. Okay, so now to put a base over that primer so that no darker colors get patchy, I'm going to use MAC's Vanilla eyeshadow and just apply that basically everywhere on the eye. Okay, and then next as a transition color, I'm going to use Bamboo from MAC and put that more so in the crease area. And I love using the tape as like a safety net basically, so I don't have to worry about like how sloppy I'm being or anything, you know? I can just go all out and have fun with it, because that's what makeup's about, having fun, you know? So now I'm gonna go in with, let's do Saddle from MAC. This is my MAC palette, so everything's gonna be from MAC, by the way. And I'm gonna apply that more on just the crease. My mirror's down here, by the way, in case you're wondering why I look down. And I like this brush because it's slightly pointed, so I can put the product on the point and direct it into the crease portion so that it kind of blends that area where there was no product and then applies more of that around there, so it can be a like more soft yet precise application of the color. So next, let's go in with Brown Script, one of my favorite colors. Let me know if you guys would like a best of MAC. Like I was thinking of doing my favorite lipsticks from them, like top 5 or top 10 or something, and then maybe like a top eyeshadows video also, because I know I get overwhelmed with all the different color options and everything that they have to offer, so I thought it might be fun. Let me know if that sounds fun for you too, or if not, then I will just scratch that whole idea. And I'm directing the darker colors more on the outer portion because since I do have small eyes, leaving it a little bit lighter in that inner area will help brighten that as well as extend with the darker shades, you know? And I want to stay away from the brow bone because that's when you're gonna just look like you're being taken over, I guess. So now I'm gonna go in with Swiss Chocolate and deepen that out some more. I'm really just gonna be going darker and darker and darker, and the more darker, I'm gonna be keeping it more so on the outer area than anything else. And now I'm gonna blend that out with that first blending brush with no additional product. Now I'm gonna take Embark which is a little bit darker, and put it even more so on that V. Especially since I have hooded eyes, I feel like it's good to really accentuate that crease area with those darker colors, because then that will just send that area back, you know, so that it kind of gives the effect of having a crease. So I'm going to take the black from the Lorac Pro palette and put it on the farthest edges of that V to give it that additional depth that I'm looking for. And then soften that out. And you can blend it just so that it has no harsh lines in towards the lid, where I haven't really put anything yet. So let's go ahead and do that now. Let's use shroom. And I'm gonna apply that all in that inner lid area and slightly into the crease. To that halfway mark, basically. And then I'm gonna go in with no additional product and kind of blend that darker shade in the outer area slightly towards that light shade. Looking good. Okay. Now let's go ahead and take that same shroom shade and highlight under the brow bone. I like shroom because it's not too shimmery. It's not like overpowering like some other shades that I do like, but I like that like more intense type of shimmer highlight, more so in the inner tear duct, which you will see me do very soon. So I'm just more blending, you know, because that's what it's all about. Going back and blending over and over. Now I'm gonna go in with Inglot's gel liner in number 77. And I am going to put a drop of Inglot's Duraline into it. Also, just because it does, all my gel, everything, shadows or liners tend to kind of dry out a little bit. So this just kind of revamps it. I have heard that using eye drops does the same thing, in case you don't want to buy this just for that. But this is also a good product for the Inglot Duraline. It's awesome for making eyeshadows into eyeliners. So that way you don't have to get all the crazy liners. You can just make any eyeshadow shade that you have. So now with the tape on, I'm gonna go ahead and that way it gives me that guide to make my liner real nice. I'm just gonna go right around there. I'm going to take it really thin on that inner corner because I don't want it to take over my tiny little eye. Alright, now that the liner is good, take that off and it's perfect, right? So much easier than trying to like perfect your line. It's not my cup of tea. There you go. Now let's continue with the rest of the face. I'm going to go in with my, of course, my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW15. And I'm gonna apply that under the eye. I just put way too much on. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that as my highlight for the rest of the face too, because I forgot again and put enough for like both sides of my face. With the smaller side of the Beauty Blender, and you always want to apply it in a triangle shape. Otherwise, if you just apply wherever your dark circles are, then it's only going to accentuate that. Already looking a little crazy? Good. Okay, now I'm going to set that with my MAC Pro Emphasize shade so that it doesn't crease. And then I'm going to also apply that wherever I also ended up applying that concealer. Basically wherever my makeup will break up and start to kind of look a little reddish, because I don't like the red tones in my skin, which is why you do all of these steps. Because we're doing the most, I'm going to use my Mineralized Skin Finish from MAC in Light, and I'm going to buff that on the rest of the parts of the face. To contour, I'm going to use Shadowy Pro Sculpting shade and carve out my cheekbone. And I really like to just make a dark shadow first and then worry about blending it out and everything, because that way you can really just get that shadow that you're wanting for the contour. And then I'll go through and maybe blend like a more of a bronzy shade, like I'm using MAC's Blush and Blunt, and then I'll kind of soften that line and blend it in. But you want to stay away from getting it underneath that line, because then you just defeat the purpose, and then you can drag down the face rather than lift it and make it appear slimmer or whatever you're trying to do. I'm going to bring it up in the 3 shaping as usual, so underneath my jaw. And then, because why not, I'm going to go ahead and apply blush as well. So I'm going to use Margin from MAC. This is like a total MAC video, it wasn't even on purpose. And I like to apply that just on the apples of my cheeks, so you can give that silly face to really accentuate it. And then I'll maybe go back in and kind of blend that again if it's like any harshness or anything. I am going to highlight using Mary Luminizer by The Balm. I'm just going to apply that on my cheekbones, the tip of my nose, and the very top of the bridge, and above my Cupid's bow. And a little bit on that, you know, that 3C shaping. C shape. Now let's get back to the lower lash line. I'm going to go in with Saddle from MAC and buff that into the lower lashes. I'm going to go back in now with Brown Script and apply it closer to the lash line. And I'm going to buff that out with a pencil brush. All right, and then I'm going to take Floof from MAC. It's probably one of my favorites for inner tear duct highlighting, because it's super bright. I'm going to use Smoky Extravagant from Makeup Forever and apply that on the lower and upper lashes. And then I am, obviously for the drama effect, going to apply some false lashes. Let's go for it. All right, now that lashes are applied, I am going to apply lips. I'm going to line them first. And then I'm using Kat Von D's Lolita lipstick. I do want to actually contour my nose a little bit, so I'm using Anastasia's Fawn because that's my favorite for highlighting my nose if I do that. Just gonna go down the bridge a little bit. And that's my final look. As you can see, it's pretty different, but both are me. Obviously, you can see that it really just changes the face. I can transform and do whatever I want. It's free. It's freedom on your face. I hope that you enjoy this video because it was pretty fun for me to do. I do personally love wearing makeup. I just think it's super fun. I can change up my look and not have to feel stuck. So makeup is just an easy way for you to play with your look and wipe it off at the end of the day. No big deal. You know, if you mess up, just go ahead and experiment. If you mess up, you can wipe it off. It's not like a huge commitment or anything. So just love yourself and love the freedom that you have to do whatever you want, basically. And I appreciate so much that you guys come to my channel at all and watch my videos. I feel like I look so silly just talking normal with this face on, but yeah, if you haven't already, please subscribe. It means the world to me. And I look forward to making more videos for you guys, so I'll see you in my next video.